Hello there, Whipper here, and today I'm going to be showing you a mod called the Open Blocks mod. And I know it doesn't sound like the most exciting mod ever, it's not really enticing saying open blocks, but it is really a cool mod, and it's very innovative, and it's got a variety of different blocks that it adds, and these blocks have very varying functions, so it should be quite awesome to show this off. But anyway, the first one I'm going to show off is the Jaded Ladder, and the Jaded Ladder is basically a trapdoor with a ladder functionality to it, and this is been added to fix the problem that when you climb a ladder in vanilla and then try and get out of a trapdoor placed above the ladder, you can't because the trapdoor stops you climbing it. But you can go to the left like that and then close the trapdoor and then open it again and jump on top to get out, but that's really time consuming and you don't want to be doing that on a regular basis because you could just waste time. And the Jaded Ladder is very useful because it has a ladder ability. You can just go straight up the ladder and straight onto the trapdoor ladder, and there you go, you can just climb out like that easily. And then you can close it and it acts exactly the same as a normal trapdoor, so that's the Jaded Ladder. Really useful in survival, I can imagine, and I'm sure a lot of you will find use to that because it's really cool. But next up we've got the elevator, and this is probably one of the best elevators I've seen in a mod because it's really efficient and easy to use compared to some of them which require a bit of time to actually set up and get them to work. So this one, all you have to do is walk on top of it and then press space to go up a level and crouch to go down a level. So there we go, up, down, you could do this all day really. And let's just keep going up to the top layer, and there we go, and back down to the bottom layer. So it's really it's simple as easy to use, and it's much more efficient than using a ladder, and the crafting recipe isn't that expensive either, and you'll probably be seeing the crafting recipes up there if you haven't already noticed. But next up, since we seem to be at the top of a massive pillar, it's a good time to show off the hand glider. So if I run and jump off and then right click, there we go. And you can see I'm now gliding down to the ground gracefully, and I'm parallel to the actual model for the hang glider. And the model for the hang glider has a really nice texture. Looks like it would do in real life. The only small nag I'd say is that there should be some like ropes or something, or wires reaching down to me and then attaching to me, so it doesn't look like I'm just floating magically in the air with nothing to support me. But there you go. And also, just before I hit the ground, you can actually press crouch to speed up. So there we go. And now I nearly like dive bomb that sheep there. Poor sheep. And you can see now, once I've landed, it's actually gone on my back, and every time I jump it will go up above my head again, which is a bit weird. But to get rid of the hand glider from the back of your body, all you need to do is change over to the other hotbar slots, like that. And now let's go back to the main thing so I can show you the next item. And I really love the hang glider on a second note because that is just so cool. Imagine finding yourself on the top of a mountain and then just jumping off with this. It'd be a really fast and efficient way to get ground to the ground. But next up we have the healer, and for this one I'm going to have to do a jump cut because I'm going to need to show you how it works when I have very low hunger and health. So you can probably guess what the healer is going to do, but you can see at the moment I have half health left, and normally I wouldn't regenerate, but as soon as I stand on top of this healer block, you can see my hunger's going up and my health bar's going up, as it's giving me regeneration on both my hunger bar and my health bar. So I'd probably say this is like the dispenser of Team Fortress 2 if you've ever played that game. So there we go, it's just like a heal block, and it's really useful. You could have this in your base or something like that to heal you every time you got near it, so that's pretty cool. So next up we have an item called the light box, and it looks like this, and you just place it down on the side of a block like that, and you can even place it on the floor if you really wanted to. And anyway, if we set it to night time, you can see that it's actually illuminating around it, and if I press this lever you can see it doesn't illuminate. It's basically like a light switch really, that is, so you can turn it on and off, and it's basically like a giant light, but it's a light with other features as well. So if I go in this chest here and retrieve this map from it, and then open the inventory of this light box and put the map in, you can see that the map is displayed on the light box. So it's basically like a way to illuminate your maps as well as place your maps on the wall to look at them. So you can have like a grid of these light boxes and put a map in each of them from different sections of your world, and then you could build up a massive map. But next up we have an item called the Target, and you can see it looks like a target from Archery or something like that. And anyway, now we're going to just get a bow and some arrows so we can actually show you what this target does. So say I shoot this target like this. I've got the central one, the yellow bit. You can see 3 of the torches lit up because the actual score you get on this archery board determines how long the redstone signal is carried. So you can see here, if I shoot the blue bit, well the red bit in that case, only one of the torches actually lit up, like that. And if I shoot the yellow bit, all of them light up. So yeah, and then there's 2 there because I got very close to the yellow bit, and depending on where you shoot this, you can see I shot in the blue bit there, and none of the torches lit up because I wasn't close enough to the bullseye. And there we go. So you can see it's a way of like counting your score when you're doing archery, which is really cool. And you could have loads of these in a row and have like an archery range and see who can get the best scores. In fact, you could probably link these up to a scoreboard using command blocks, and then you could like count the scores depending on which bit of this you hit. But I haven't got the time to figure that out because I'm not that clever. But there we go. So next up, we've got the tank. And the tank you can see here is basically a block that looks like this, and you can put any kind of liquid in it. Even liquids from other mods. It works with any liquid, even those from ones that aren't in vanilla Minecraft. And you can actually link these tanks together like this. So I've made a tunnel of tanks filled with water, so it's like an aquarium kind of thing, I suppose. But there we go. So you can just walk through this and it looks really cool. But anyway, to actually fill up these tanks, you just get yourself a bucket. I'm just going to put them here like this. There we go. I've got 3 buckets now. And you just right click on the tank and you can see some water's gone in the bottom. And you can just keep adding them until the actual thing's full like that. And there we go, it's now full. And to empty it, you just right click with the bucket. Now if we go to survival and do this, you can see that the bucket's filled up and I haven't got another bucket. But if I do it in creative, let me just put the water back in like that. You can keep taking water out like that. So you can just swap to creative. You want to get all the water out of one of your tanks. But it also works with lava, so I can put lava in here now and fill up the thing with lava and then take the lava out again. And again, if you're in survival, you'd actually get a lava bucket and not just a normal bucket. The lava wouldn't just magically disappear, so don't worry about that. And just to show you that it works with water from other mods, let me just get a liquid poison bucket, because everyone likes poison. And you can see I'm now filling up this with liquid poison. So yes, if you wanted a liquid poison tank for people to just like jump in and die, yes, you could do that, but that'd be very evil. So there we go. That is the tank. And you can see you can make some really cool tunnels with this as well. You could even fill one with the lava. But there we go. Actually, I want to try something. What happens if you destroy one of these when it's filled with water? Oh, you pick up a tank filled with water, and what about if you place it down? Wow, that's awesome. Did you see that? Filled right up. So yep, you can collect the tank once it's filled with water, and you can place it down again. There we go. You've got like a filled water tank. I'm guessing in survival, if you did that, you wouldn't be able to retrieve the tank back, but we'll just live with that. And now I'm making a complete mess. So there we go, that's the tank. But next up we've got something called the trophy. And the trophies are really cool because they're not just like a visual aesthetic item. You can actually use them as well. They have little functions. But anyway, let me just go and get the trophy. So this is the trophy block. It's dropped from mobs when you kill them. So if you kill a zombie, it's going to drop one of these zombie trophies. And if you kill like a blaze, you're going to get a blaze trophy. And then you can place the trophies down. And then you'll be able to actually use them. So if I go up to this cow, did I just call a cow a pig? What am I on about? But anyway, if I right click on this cow now, you can see it plays a cow sound, and if I right click on the creeper, we get an explosion. If I right click on the skeleton, it fires an arrow at me. There we go, you can see arrows flying everywhere, and the pigman goes moo. Well, that was a terrible pigman impression. And the bat squeaks like that. That's a really weird bat model. It looks, where's its head? I just see some ears coming out of his body, but there we go. And the zombie does a zombie noise, and the witch doesn't seem to be doing anything, and neither does the ocelot. Oh, and the sheep goes bah, and the blaze sets me on fire. Oh dear, I wasn't expecting that. Oh dear. Okay, that wasn't very long, but there we go. Silverfish just makes the silverfish sound. Spider makes the spider sound. Whoa, okay, why did I think of right click on a cave spider one? Of course that's going to poison me. Evil cave spider trophy. Why would you ever want to display a trophy that hurt you? That's just completely insane. Oh well. But next up we've got a slime one, and you can see the slime one is massive, and it dwarfs the actual trophy base. And if we right click on this, it doesn't make a sound. Well, I was hoping it would make the fapping sound. Okay, that sounded so bad. The fapping sound of the slimes. Oh dear. But next up we've got the gust, and you can see that one just makes the gust sound. I was hoping it was going to fire out fireballs or something. Then next up we've got the enderman, which appears to have teleported me everywhere. Okay. Whoa, I'm over here. Okay, so that's what that one does. And finally we've got the squid. Now, what evil dastardly things can the squid one do? Oh, yeah, suffocate me in water. Well, drown me in water more like. Suffocate me in a wall would be the correct term for that one. And now we've got water everywhere. Yeah, thank you, squid, for ruining my world. That's very helpful of you, but there we go. So those are the trophies. That's not all the trophies. You can get the other mobs in the game as well. But I just couldn't go through them all because it's random when you place down the trophy block what you get. So that's the time I got a chicken. And that makes a chicken sound, and some other times you get something else. But let's go back to creative. And now I'm going to be showing you the next item, which is the flags. And the flags, you can see, come in very a multitude of different colours. And to place them down, you just look in the direction you want the flag to face, like that way. and it will put place down in that direction facing that way. So if I face down in that way, it's going to face that way, and like that. And if you want a different colour of flag, don't worry about having to craft it with different colours of wool. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is look in the air and then right click, and now I've got a blue flag and a red flag, and this does work in survival as well, so don't worry about it just being a creative only feature. And now I've got like a brown flag or a blue flag, so that's how you change the colour. Don't try and right click on a block, because of course it's just going to place down the flag. Actually, it's not in that case. That's because I was clicking something it couldn't be placed on. But there we go, so that's the flags. And finally, we've got something called the guide block. So if I go over to this guide block here and then right click on it, you can see now we've got a like sphere kind of thing, like outline for a building. And the aim of this is to help you build stuff. So in Minecraft it's really hard to make circles or spheres by hand, and normally you'd use something like World Edit to make them really well, but this just gives you a guide so you can place down the blocks where these like transparent blocks are, like that, and you could build yourself a spherical object without having to think too much about it, like that. So you could fill in where it's telling you to fill in and create a perfect sphere. And also, to change the size of this sphere, for example, you can right click on the sides. So if I right click on this side here, it's changed to 10 by 8. And then you can of course crouch to actually place a block down there if you really wanted to, but you can change it to like 11, 12, 13, and if I put it on the opposite side, it's actually going to decrease that like dimension. And if I do it on this side, it's going to decrease this dimension, and if I right click on this side, it's going to increase that dimension. And to change the mode of the block, well, the builder block, what's it called again? I'm going to have to find this again. Actually, it's here, building guide, that's the one. You just have to shift and right click on it with nothing in your hand. And now you can change it to cylinder mode, so if you want to make a cylinder you could do that, or a cuboid mode, which is like a massive cube kind of thing. And next we've got a dome mode and a triangle mode, like that, so if you wanted to build a triangle. The only one thing it lacks, I suppose, is like a circle mode instead of a sphere mode, but I suppose you could just use the sphere mode and just use one of the layers instead of all the blocks. And then we've got an octagon mode, which looks kind of cool. Although I'm not sure that's an octagon, it doesn't really look very octagonish. We'll go with it. And there we go. And now you can change the size of it, of course, and there we go. We'll just go back to sphere mode. So that's the building guide. A really useful tool if you want to build spheres and stuff. Although it doesn't like plan out a whole house for you, but that would be a bit dumb really. But there we go. And look at the mess that Squid made. Damn Squid. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for the Open Blocks mod. It basically just adds a load of different kinds of item into Minecraft, as you can see, and there we go. They're all really awesome and innovative, especially like the tank and the elevator. And I also really like the building guide because I haven't seen that done before, and it looks really cool. I mean, look at that from a distance. I wonder what this looks like. Look at that, it looks like an igloo or something. That's really cool. But there we go. So yeah, thank you for watching this mod spotlight. And yeah, please remember to leave a like if you enjoyed, because it really helps out. And also, I want to say a special thanks for helping me reach 20,000 subscribers if you subscribe to me, because that's like a really awesome milestone. And I've finally reached it after like a year of trying. But there we go. So thank you for that. And I'll see you next mod video.